Welcome to DENIOS at the Hannover Messe 2021 and the first digital edition of the Hannover Messe. Today I would like to talk to you a little bit about Hazmat Storage 4.0 and why a safe, digital and sustainable storage of your hazardous materials is very important. My name is Dr. Jan Rickmeyer. I'm the head of the innovation, and I will talk to you about in the next 10 to 15 minutes about the latest innovations in hazmat storage. So why is hazmat storage important? And you see some pictures of something you actually never want to see. So if you have a fire outside and if you are storing hazardous materials, you want to be sure that your hazardous materials are safely stored and that no explosion or no more fire is happening at your site. The other way around, of course, can happen as well. Hazardous materials are, as the name says, hazardous materials. So you can have fires inside of the buildings. If you have a fire-rated system like the one you're seeing, your people and the environment is safe for more than 90 minutes. And this is really important. So hazardous materials safely stored is a big aspect, having a safe plant and having safe work for your employees. But last but not least, of course, we need to protect our environment. Water is the most basic thing that you have. Water is the basis of life. So we need to make sure that no hazardous materials like gasoline or diesel or kerosene are getting into our water. And DENIOS is the specialist for fire-rated systems and for providing all the solutions that you need, that no oil, no hazardous materials are getting into our drinking water. What I would like to show you is how those more like three things that are actually complementary may help us to make a more safe storage. So of course, it's always about safety. And of course, because I was talking about hazmat storage 4.0, we need something digital. And in the end, sustainability, making a sustainable future is really important. And those three things together are our basis. And that's what I would like to show you, how those things can be combined. Imagine you have a big plant. Of course, this is a very extreme example, but if you have a plant several hundred meters, you are not sure what is happening in every corner or in every building. So what I would like to explain is how IoT technologies using Wi-Fi or using other cellular technologies help you to have a more safe plant and to make sure that nothing is going wrong with the hazardous materials you are storing. For example, imagine a classical spill pallet. We're producing them for more than 35 years now, and you can store barrels, you can store IBCs, you can have a cabinet with small spill pallets. And of course, the spill pallet itself is some safe thing. So if something is going wrong, if you have some kind of small leakage, of course, the sump or spill pallet will collect all the hazardous materials. But you're not notified. You're not having an alarm or an alert that tells you that you need to have a look. And with the SpillGate Connect, it's the first time that you have a so-called IoT device that you can place in a spill pallet or in a cabinet. And after switching on the SpillGate Connect, and if there is a leakage, you're immediately alerted. You get an SMS or email that tells you, okay, you need to have a look and check what is going on. And the things that you need to have these kind of alerting is you need an IoT platform. And DENIOS Connect is what we call our IoT platform. Imagine our products. You're taking a fire-rated room system, you take a system container, you take a classical spill pallet, and you connect those things to the cloud, to our IoT platform. And in the platform, you can configure who and for what purposes needs to be alerted. For example, if you have a leakage, and you want to make sure that your employees are getting an SMS message, then you can configure the DENIOS Connect IoT platform, and the people are getting notified immediately if there is a leakage. You can choose whatever device you want. You can take your cell phone, you can take your tablet, you can take your laptop, and you get the messages immediately at the point in time you need it. Let's dive a little bit deeper in the SpillGuard Connect itself. And I have an example here. So it's a really small device. It's completely autonomous. It's battery powered, so it's really easy to install. And if something is going wrong, if there is a leakage, you get the SMS message, and I have some example here. So you get the exact location, you get the exact substance, you get the time, and you can have also some text of who needs to be called if this messages occur. So as I said, you're getting a leakage alarm. You also get a temperature alarm. So if the temperature is above 70 degrees Celsius, you also get an immediate alarm that something is going wrong and somebody needs to check this. You can choose SMS and email. It's up to you. You can have also both, but it's up to you, and you configure the way people are alerted. You have remote monitoring. As I was explaining, every building in a production facility is rather big, so you can't be everywhere. And with these technologies, you can make sure that at the critical positions and critical sites, you have a always on 24/7 monitoring of leakages and temperature. The installation is very easy. As I was mentioning, we are using cellular technologies, and to be more precise, we're using narrowband IoT. It's one of the latest cellular technologies. The big benefit you have is that you don't need to integrate our devices in your Wi-Fi or in your local network. So because we are using those cellular connection, you can easily put the SpillGuard wherever you want, switch it on, and you are immediately online and connected to DENIOS Connect. The battery in the SpillGate Connect is made for 5 years lifetime. So you don't need to worry for the next 5 years. And after about almost 5 years, you get an automatic alert that the battery is reaching its end of lifetime. And then you can replace it, install it again, and for the next 5 years, you don't need to worry about any leakage. Coming from our classic spill pallets to the rather big room systems we have. So a room system is something we call a building with high fire rating, up to 120 minutes of fire rating. And I have with me the latest example of our so-called RFP, a rack fire protected system, with, in this case, a big sliding door. A RFP 815 SD allows you to store up to 12 IBCs at the same time, so it's very economical and very efficient. At the same time, you have the sliding doors that allow you to have a very space-efficient storage. You don't have the big doors opening up, you have those very elegant sliding doors. And at the moment, we're the only ones that offer 90 and 120-minute fire rating for sliding doors, so it's very unique. And if you have any questions or any ideas how these products can help you, please feel free to contact us. But for the RFP, of course, we're offering the DENIOS Connect. So this is the latest option that you have. If you say, okay, I want to have an online condition monitoring of my Hazmat storage building, you can say, okay, I want to have DENIOS Connect. We connect it for you to our IoT platform. And again, you decide where you want to see the alerts, on your cell phone or on your computer. So what we are offering is what most people would call a classic condition monitoring. You may know it from your smart home. So we are monitoring things like temperature. Is the door open or closed? Is the light on or off? But also, and this is very critical for many of our customers, is the air conditioning working? Is the heater working? This is critical for specific applications. If you imagine that you have a peroxide, for example, that don't need to, may not be getting hotter than 18 degrees Celsius, you really want to make sure that you're not overcoming this temperature. And with the DENIOS Connect, you can set your temperature alerts at whatever temperature you want. For example, you can have an alert at 15 degrees Celsius, knowing that you need to take care of your peroxide storage building. So this way, we are making your hazmat storage even more safely than before. And this is what it would look like if you have this on your plant or on your computer. Imagine this, for example, WFP. You see two cabinets there. And one is taking care of the classic functionalities, technical ventilation, air conditioning, light, and the doors. And you see a small cabinet. In the small cabinet, we have all the technologies that allow us to do the condition monitoring. So, for example, a data logger with a SIM card that sends the information to the cloud. And on the other side, you see the web application. So everything is based on a web application. Again, you decide if you want to use your tablet or your computer. You do the configuration on your own. You decide what kind of alerts what you want to have and who is alerted for which kind of incidents. In the end, I would get some information across for more sustainable solutions. And this is really an exclusive preview because we are still under development of this product. So you may know our heating cabinets. Basically, they are big buildings that allow you to have temperatures between 50 and 150 degrees Celsius. Many of our customers are using this to manipulate or control the viscosity, for example, of oils or other hazardous materials. For example, imagine that you have an oil that is more easily pumped and can only be processed at 80 degrees Celsius, for example. Then you heat up this cabinet and all of your material inside the cabinet has the temperature that you want. But again, if you have people working at this cabinet and if they forget to close the door, the temperature is decreasing and you may have some interruption of your production process. And this is really critical for most of our customers. So you really want to make sure that it is connected and that you have all the information. At the other hand side, making sure that you have sustainable solutions, we invested a lot of time and development efforts to make sure to decrease the power consumption. For this case, we used so-called FEM simulations. So we used computer technologies, we used digital models, let's call it, for example, a digital twin of our products, made simulations and optimized the airflow, the insulation, and all the components in our heating cabinets. And with this theoretical approach, we made sure that the energy consumption will be reduced by more than 20%. Of course, theory is never enough, so if you are interested and if you want to see this in real life, please, again, we are very welcome to visit us under these specific circumstances. In the end, our slogan is, because nature trusts in us. I would like to introduce our team to you. At the moment, we are more than 900 people worldwide. We are working in China, in the US, and all over Europe, of course. We have more than 6 production facilities, more than 24 sales offices, and by now, more than 14,000 products. But we are most proud of all the employees that are very committed to making our lives more safe and sustainable. And digital technologies help all of us to make this hazardous material storage even more safe. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate. Reach out to us, whatever channel you want to choose, take an email, write us a message, take the platform of the Hannover Messe, or simply give us a call. We're more than happy to support you. Thank you so much.